into singles. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Anyone who knows me knows the way I play knows that singles is where I come just to have some fun. Geek is where I like to really train hard and study, try and win all the titles. But singles where I come to have fun. I'm looking forward to this. Sandy's been part of this community for such a long time. He is such a known face. I'm really looking forward to playing him. He's a great guy. Don't really have any bad things to say about anyone you know me. Looking forward to this. There's some good stuff on the wheel. Watch some new movies for this. Pretty much all I did. Let's see what happens. It's singles. Let's have some fun.
Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode. Oh, hold on a second. That's not my line in this one. I am here as a competitor. It's been a while, thanks to the Full Metal awesomeness. I am back, and I'm ready to compete. You know what, Joe? I'm going to talk about Joe for a second. Joe is actually stealthy good. Like, if you've ever watched him in Classic, or if you've ever seen him as part of his tag team with the other Joe, he knows his stuff. Like, he may be an inner geekdom person at heart, but you know what? So am I. But he's still really, really good, and it's going to be it's going to take everything that I have to beat him, and I'm going to try my best. But if he wins, congratulations, and I'll just move to a 500 record. But we're going to play the game because that's how you win or lose. So thanks for having me back, and Joe, good luck. Let's get it on.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Full Metal Trivia. That is my job today, not yours, Sandy. We're here today with another great match, but first, I can't do this alone. With me, I have someone who was a former Full Metal competitor and now superstar, Ricky Sensation of the Schmodown. Amadou Moses, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I haven't hosted a Full Metal singles match in a while, and of course, they put me up with the guy who whoops my tail on my way out. But that's fine. I just saw one of the movies in the round 3 list, and it made me happy. So I'm okay with that. 2, 3, 4 guesses on what movie that is. I know you love that movie, which makes me even more happy. So I'm glad I'm here with you today, man. Really glad.
Well, we're happy to have you here. We're here for another great match today. We got Sandy the Sandman Robinson, who so many people out there might recognize him. He's been around these parts a little bit, stepping away from show running so he can focus entirely on competing now. So he might be even a bigger force to be reckoned with. And then making his debut, we have Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly, who he's been kicking butt in the Geek Leagues, and now he's here debuting in General Movies. So we're going to see what happens here today. So let's go ahead and bring in our competitors. Coming in first, again, making his debut. So record of 0-0, it is Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. And his opponent, with a record of 5 wins and 4 losses, you know him, you love him. He's Sandy the Sandman Robinson.
Thanks for clearing that all up, Brian. I appreciate it. You know, it's it's good to know. But I was gonna come in here with the Jimi Hendrix and playing the belt guitar like Hollywood Hulk Hogan just to freak out Joe. But you know what? He's Hot Fuzz for a reason. He's not.
Don't worry, Sandy. Just the in-your-face freaks us all out. So you're good.
Exactly.
So you guys have been here before, but Amara, why don't you go ahead and hit us with those round 1 rules?
All right. So your rules for round 1. Every competitor gets 8 questions from 8 different categories. For each question, you will have 15 seconds to write your answer down on the board. After time is up, competitors will show and say what they wrote. A correct answer is worth 1 point. Competitor answer all 8 questions correctly, they will receive a bonus question. Standard fare here. You all know what we're doing. Brian, would you like to take the first question, or you want me to take that one?
Why don't you go ahead and start with question 1?
Good luck, Joe.
Good luck, Sandy.
All right. So, gentlemen, your round 1 category is in the realm of comedy. Damon Wayans plays a nerdy repairman who decides to become a superhero in which 1994 comedy? Just like that round 3 movie. I am very glad that this movie is being asked about.
I miss Damon Wayans, man. This is back in his prime. Last Boy Scout, you had this, you had more money.
I did a run through of things, and they're not as great as I remember, but I still love them.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Damn it.
All right, we'll head over to Sandy.
I have no idea. So I put Blank Man.
And Jill.
This is one I would have got with multiple choice. Didn't have anything.
Blank Man is correct.
What the fuck?
Blank Man is correct.
I thought you were just going to say you drew a blank. I was like,
I have literally just. Wow. Okay. All I can remember is his stupid glasses with the huge ball of tape in the middle of them. And I bet you I know which movie you love off the list of our round 2 movies.
all I remember is 2 different things. Question 2 in the category animated. Who voices Jack Frost in Rise of the Guardians?
This film is surprisingly a lot better than I thought when I watched it. Yet still, I haven't seen it after I watched it.
I don't hate the film. It's just, I don't know. Something about the look of it I don't really dig, but I don't know. That's just me.
I agree.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. We'll start with Joe this time.
Chris Pine.
And Sandy.
It was a total guess. Chris Pine.
Sandy's guesses are working tonight. They're both right. Chris Pine.
Thank you for asking about fandom movie and singles. Makes my life easier.
Well, you saw your strengths in round 2. We'll see what happens when we get there. Question 3 comes in the realm of horror thriller. In 2004 Saw, Adam and Dr. Gordon are trapped in what type of location? I was going to see Spiral this weekend, and then I heard and saw your review, and glad I didn't.
I was not a fan of this one. It's like you watch Saw for the fun and blood and gore fest, and there's very little of that. It's a very procedural, kind of boring.
So my kind of horror movie.
4, maybe 3.
You made Chris Rock boring.
1. Oh, they found a way.
Oh, all right. We'll go over to Sandy
I have no idea. I said an old hospital.
and Joe.
Bathroom.
Bathroom is correct. We are tied back up 2-2.
Well, wasn't the bathroom in the old hospital though? I'm just,
It's
spitballing
actually
there.
a bathroom in an old warehouse.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice try, though. So we're tied up going to question 4 in the category of movie release dates.
Yeah.
Working Girl was released in what year?
Oh, that's a good question.
God damn it! I passed this on a streaming app today, looking at things to watch tonight. Did I remember the year?
I know nothing of this film. I don't know who's in it. I don't know what it's about. I can't see a poster. I know nothing.
I'll tell you. Harrison Ford, Sigourney Weaver, and Melanie Griffith.
And I can tell you the plot. I can tell you the
anything
plot
more
from
than
the
that.
description I read.
Oh, and this is, I swear to God, I'm going to miss this by 1 year. I guarantee it.
Yeah, someone's going to sandwich it. You know it.
Markers down. And start with Joe
987.
and Sandy.
So I was thinking 87, but I went 86.
You went the wrong way. It's 88.
88.
Ah,
Damn it! I knew it was an even number, but damn.
The year I was born. And I barely made it. I barely made that year. Category 5 is in non-U.S. films. The Handmaiden is primarily set in what country?
Here, I thought we'd escaped non-U.S. films when Sandy left. Man.
Nope. We have Jake now. So I actually don't know which way that would go with him, but apparently it continues. Hence, I'm asking this question.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we'll go to Sandy
I said Norway.
and Jill.
Japan.
Both incorrect. We are looking for South Korea.
That's what I started writing. Changed my damn mind.
Would have also accepted just Korea because it was not divided at the time.
Ooh, look at that. Nice.
Category 6 is musicals. And I will try my hardest not to sing, give things away, or make anybody deaf. In what 21st century musical will you hear the songs Master of the House, On My Own, and One Day More?
So we talked about Sandy being here. Now we have Jake. Are we sure this wasn't written by Barr? Because we've gone
It very well
non-U.S.
might have been, because
Spoiler alert. one of those songs is my favorite from that particular musical.
Well, I hope you get it right then.
Be really bad if you didn't after that statement.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We'll start with Joe
Les Miserables.
and Sandy.
Yeah, I went so wrong the other way. I said the HMS Pinafore.
Les Miserables is correct.
Yep.
Joe gets
As
the
soon as I saw it, I was like, shit, that's right.
Most idiots.
All right. We're going to continue with the bar classics with the category 7 in classics. As I say classics, as many times as I can say classic. Who plays elevator operator Fran Kubelik in The Apartment? Okay, I actually really swear Bar wrote this match.
I would until I look at question 8, and I'm thinking, no, that's not Bar.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
That question less would be Kirk. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down.
All right, Sandy.
I said Debbie Reynolds.
And Joe.
No.
All right, we were looking for Shirley MacLaine.
I see. I knew it was one of those short-haired, curly persons. I couldn't picture it at all in my head. Damn it!
All right, Sandy, thinking about the short and curlies. As we go into question 8,
Really?
in the category of plot
Really?
summary.
Nice, Brian.
Plot summary. Name this 90s film. 2 detectives protect a witness from murder while investigating a case of stolen heroin from the evidence storage room of their police precinct.
Pretty straightforward summary of this film.
Pretty straightforward.
A little strangely worded, if you ask me, but pretty straightforward. They both like they're done writing, so I'm going to go ahead and start counting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Joe.
What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys.
And Sandy.
Bad boys, bad boys.
That is correct.
Oh,
Kirk,
let's
that's
end
right.
off on a nice right question.
Yeah.
Kirk
This is the
special,
end
right?
of round 1. I have a score of Joe 4 and Sandy 3. Is that what you have? Ruth?
Yes, Joe 4, Sandy 3.
All right. As we are going to go into round 2, which of course is the wheel round. Rue, why don't you hit him with those rules?
All right. So round 2 rules. The leading competitor, which is Joe at the moment, will decide to go first or second. The player who's going first will bet on either red or black. The wheel will be spun and will land on either a category or a color. If a color is spun, the competitor with the corresponding color will choose a category for themselves or their opponent. If a category is spun, the competitor can choose to take it or respin. If they respin, they will have to stick with whatever category the wheel lands on. From that category, the competitor will receive 4 questions worth 2 points apiece. Multiple choice is available, but it reduces the point value to 1 point. An opponent can steal the points if the question is answered incorrectly. I'm so very glad we all know how this is because I just read the words and none of that stayed in my head.
I honestly wonder why we even read the rules anymore, but who knows? Maybe somebody's watching this for the first time, so it's for their benefit. Your categories for tonight, I have put them in the chat, but for our watchers, our categories for tonight are family, Catherine Bigelow, action adventure, Oscars, wedding movies, classics, Tom Hanks, sports, OG Star Trek, which is Sandy's strength, and James Bond, which is Joe's strength because, of course, fandom. So, all right. Joe has the lead. Joe, would you like to spin first or second?
I'll do what I always do. I'll spin first, please.
You'll spin first, so you'll also then be choosing your color.
Black.
Okay, so Joe will be black. All right, Malcolm, go ahead and give us that first spin.
Sandy's wearing red. I can't pick red.
That wheel is good and in our face. I was like, whoa, that's very close. Ooh.
Ooh, almost.
Keep that or respin.
Got close to your strength. Ooh.
It's not that. It's that.
It's the Tom Hanks.
You know what? I'll stick with Tom Hanks.
Nice.
All right, Rui, you want to go ahead and take those questions?
I will take them as soon as I get to them. So the notorious spades player from Bret Hart Middle School, where I used to teach, and the Bay Area and Oakland, everybody's favorite dad, Tom Hanks. Question 1. In The Terminal, Victor is carrying a Planters peanut can with what object inside?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, a CD, B, a letter, C, a photograph, or D, a book.
Photograph.
That's correct for 1 point. Question 2, Tom Hanks. What actress who co-stars with Hanks in another film plays fellow aspiring stand-up comic Lila Christic in Punchline?
One of the ones I didn't look at. Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Carrie Fisher, B, Sally Field, C, Shelley Long, or D, Melanie Griffith.
Let's go C.
C is incorrect. Sandy for a 1 point steal. Your options again are A, Carrie Fisher, B, Sally Field, C, Shelley Long, or D, Melanie Griffith.
So I'm going to go with my original thought. I'm going to say D, Melanie Griffiths.
D is also incorrect. The answer is Sally Field.
Sally Field.
Malcolm, I did not teach Tom Hanks. He was there probably before I was even a thought. He just went to the school. That's it. Question 3, Joe. In The Green Mile, Paul has a severe infection of what organ before John Coffey magically heals him?
I don't want to get it wrong. Multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, his kidney, B, his stomach, C, his liver, or D, his bladder.
Yeah, shit. Both there. Bladder.
D, bladder is correct. For 1 point.
It's like, is it bladder or kidney? And then they both came up. I was like, just go with the original.
Nope.
All right. Your final question in Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks plays how many different roles in 2012's Cloud Atlas?
6.
For 2 points, 6 is correct.
That I looked up a lot, and that was one of the things that stuck.
That's a hell of a pull. Good job.
Right, so Joe coming out of his half of the round with 4 points and giving up no steals to Sandy as we're going to go to Sandy's side. All right. Bring up the wheel. Sandy, your color is red. We're going to give you your first spin now.
Oh, God, I should have spun again.
And let's start that. What are you going to do, Sandy?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to take it. So let me just think for a second. Hey, manager. Oh, sorry. I'll take OG Star Trek, please.
Should have spun again.
All right. So, Sandy, I will be giving you your questions in Star Trek. Question 1. What actor cameos as Starfleet cadet who asked Sulu for data on the Enterprise's location in the undiscovered country? Answer repeat or multiple choice in 5, 4.
I'm going to repeat this one.
Okay, your first repeat. What actor cameos as a Starfleet cadet who asks Sulu for data on the Enterprise's location in the undiscovered country?
It's so funny. I just can't remember if that was his rank or not. I'm going to go multiple choice.
Is it A, Judd Nelson, B, Christian Slater, C, Alan Ruck, or D, James Spader?
It's Christian Slater.
That is correct for 1 point.
I knew that's what it was. He opens up his door, Sulu's sleeping, he asks him blah, blah, blah. I'm so pissed off. I just didn't know what his rank was, so I didn't want to just say it because it could have been some unknown dude. Nobody knows, so sorry about that.
All right, question 2. In Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, when Jillian first discovers the Enterprise is camouflaged, who is the first crew member she sees sticking out from the top of the ship?
Scotty.
That is correct for 2 points.
Yeah. Shit.
Question 3. What comedic actor plays Maltz, one of Crew's Klingon lieutenants in the search for Spock?
Shit, I know who it is, but I don't know. I don't know the actor. Multiple choice.
A. John Larroquette, B. Martin Short, C. Judge Reinhold, or D. Tony Danza?
Can I hear the options one more time?
Is it A. John Larroquette, B. Martin Short, C. Judge Reinhold, or D. Tony Danza?
I'm going to say Tony Danza.
That is incorrect. Joe, you have a chance for a 1-point steal. Your options are A. John Larroquette, B. Martin Short, C. Judge Reinhold, or D. Tony Danza.
I feel like I know if the others were in it, so I'll say A.
A. John Larroquette is correct for a 1-point steal.
It was with the two I was bouncing around in my head because there was no way it was the two other ones because they're too short. So
yeah,
I was like,
yeah. I feel like I'd have known if the other three were in it, so that's why I was sure it was A.
yep, nice steal.
And your final question in Star Trek. What classic novel does Bones give Kirk for his birthday in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan?
The question's wrong, Brian.
Okay.
I'm just going to...
And then we can challenge. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a Tale of Two Cities.
That is correct for 2 points.
It's not...
Would you like to challenge it?
No, I got it right, but I'm just saying that
Okay.
the person who gave it to him was Spock, not
Yeah.
McCoy. McCoy gave him Romulan ale and glasses.
Okay. But yes, that is correct for 2 points.
Okay.
Just 2 points. That brings us to the end of this round. I have a score of 9-8 with Joe still in the lead. Is that what you have, Rue?
Yes.
All right. So the game is has kept that 1-point lead. As we get into round three being the deep cuts or whatever they're calling it these days round. Rue, hit him with those rules.
All right. So your rules for round 3, gentlemen. There will be 1 question worth 2 points and 2 questions worth 4 points each. There's no multiple choice available, but also no stealing. A wheel will be spun to determine the movie for each question. Players will have the option to respin only 1 time in round 3, so make sure you choose that wisely. If a movie has no questions remaining for a respective point value and a player lands on it, they will get a technical respin. The player behind will start answering questions first. Once that player ties or moves ahead of their opponent, the other player will get their first question, and each player will go back and forth answering their questions till the player is mathematically eliminated.
All right. And again, these are in the chat for the players, but our movies that were selected for this match were Fruitvale Station, The Court Jester, How High, The Cabin in the Woods, How to Be Single, Class Act, Sullivan's Travels, and James and the Giant Peach. That is a bunch of movies right there.
I knew that was what you were thinking.
I watched half of them. I can tell you now, I watched half of them.
All
So
right.
let's see how kind the school is.
Joe is still up by 1 point, so Sandy will be going first. Sandy, remember you do have two repeats left. Joe, you have all 3 of your repeats left. So Sandy, we're going to spin for your first film.
Please be kind.
Fruitvale Station. Would you like to take that or use your 1 respin for this round?
I'll take it.
Okay, you take that. And Rue, I know you want to ask this question. It's Fruitvale Station.
It is Fruitvale Station. I've never seen it. I won't see this movie. Too close to home. I know it's amazing. But yes, still want to ask the
That's why you
question.
always talk about it being in your area. So.
Yeah. Also, I've driven by that station many a time. All right, Sandy, your 2-pointer in Fruitvale Station. Who plays Sophina?
Is that Melanie Diaz?
That is correct for 2 points. The lead.
So Sandy goes to 10 points to Joe's 9. So now that he is the lead, Joe, we will go over to you for your first question. Let's get that wheel back up and your first spin for your movie.
No.
Let's try again. How to be single.
I was praying.
Are you going to keep that or use your one respin?
Let's keep it.
Okay. How to be single. I guess I'll read Joe's questions for this round then. All right. How to be single. Who plays the character Josh?
No, not got it.
The answer was Nicholas Braun. Is the answer Nicholas Braun?
All the cast members of that movie, and that's the one.
Oh, so stick with you for your 4-point question. Let's give you your first spin for that. James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah, I'll keep that.
Keeping that one. Okay. So your first 4-point question in James and the Giant Peach. When James is with his family at the beginning of the film, he points out clouds that are in the shape of what two things in addition to the Empire State Building?
A train and a camel.
That is correct for 4 points.
Nice job.
I used to watch that movie so much as a kid.
Score being 13-10 now as we go back over to Sandy for your second question. Your first 4-point question. Malcolm, spin that wheel.
There we go.
Sullivan's Travels.
I'll keep it.
Okay, Rube.
All right. So, Sandy, your first 4-pointer in Sullivan's Travels. What real-life director does the girl repeatedly tell Sullivan she wants to meet?
Oh. This is a straight-up guess because I cannot remember. I'm going to say Cecil B. DeMille.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Lubitsch Ernst, or just Ernst.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it.
All right.
This is it.
All right. So this is your final question. You do still have your respin. Would you like to answer Sullivan's Travels again? Or
No, I'm going to take a respin on this one.
Okay. So your final question of the match will come from James and the Giant Peach.
All right.
All right. Sandy, your second 4-pointer in James and the Giant Peach. When it's revealed Centipede really hasn't traveled all over the world, how does he say he knows about all the places he mentioned?
Congratulations, Joe. I'm going to say that he hears about it from the birds.
And your winner, we have a record of 1-0. It is Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. The answer we're looking for is he lived in a National Geographic magazine.
All right.
But that was a great match. Really only a 1-point difference coming out of round 1, a 1-point difference coming out of round 2. It just came down to that round 3. There were some tough questions there.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do our post-match interviews. Let's start with our unfortunate second place finisher, Sandy. Rue, why don't you go ahead and take care of this?
Yeah, Sandy, you took the lead there and had the chance for a bit. It was a back and forth match. You just didn't get the round 2 questions you were looking for. I know as close as it was to Class Act, I know you were trying to get there. But how are you feeling about your overall performance today, especially against somebody, our rookie in singles with Joe?
Yeah, but you're absolutely right, and thanks for that. I mean, Full Metal's a place where, it's not an easy place to play. So you have to be here, and to get a win, you have to know your shit, and Joe knows his shit. And I'm disappointed with my round 1. Usually I'm good for at least half of the points on there, but to get underneath that really got under my skin right away. I second guessed myself on 2 Star Trek questions, and I shouldn't have. I knew it was John Lor. I knew that it was John Lorquette. I knew that it was, and I just went the other way. And just the way the movies roll this time. In round 3, I watched as many of the movies I came. None of them came up for me, except for I watched Class Act just because I wanted to watch it again, and that never came up for me. So disappointed, but I'm happy that I got to watch it again because that movie's so awesome. But you know what? It's you know what? Now I'm 5-5. We'll see where the cookie crumbles as the season goes on. If I get another match or not, I'm not sure. I'd love to have another match, but that's going to be the way it goes. I'm just happy to play. I'm happy to be back competing again, getting back into my stride. This was my first match back to Full Metal since I'm going to say over a year. Like, oh yeah. No, yeah, that's right. When this guy kicked my ass on his way up to the Schmodown, I forgot about that totally. But yeah, because I had to actually have a witch mentally take it out of my head because it destroyed me so badly, Rue. But you know what? That was a fun match too, and I couldn't be prouder for where you are right now. Brian, thanks for hosting this match. You always do a great job. I loved hosting with you, so that's fantastic. And once again to Joe. Way to go, Joe. On your way.
All right. Before you leave out, Sandy, you said it. You're 5-5. Technically 0-0. Malcolm, I'm not done with him. Just real quick, you got to play a new guy today. Anybody else you looking to play? Anybody particularly new who you might want to look to play? Just anybody in general.
You know what? I don't have any preference. I'll play whoever wants to roll the dice. Don't put me up against David Nishimoto or Payson Johnson. Just leave them out of my path. What way? I don't want to touch those 2 monsters. And Jeremy's back in the league too, and he's starting at 0-0. I mean, the funny thing is that I wouldn't mind playing him in this match. He's awesome. I know it. The only way I get better is if I keep playing awesome people like Joe and Jeremy and learn and try to watch as many movies as I possibly can.
I think we need Team 80s in an all 80s match.
We need an 80s match.
There you go. Well, great job today, Sandy. We will see you next time. We'll bring in Mr. Hot Fuzz himself. Joe, Demolition Man, you got the win today. How are you feeling about this win? It was close. It was back and forth. But James and Giant Peach, I guess watching that a lot as a kid came in handy. How you feeling?
Yeah, it was good. It came up as a deep cut movie on a match I played recently as well. So I'd studied it before this anyway. So it was one that I could leave off the studying, which was quite nice for me. I really enjoyed watching How High for this. That was great. That was great. I was hoping that would come up because there's a lot of stuff that we were watching there. It's like, yeah, that's a question right there. But no, it feels good. It's based on the time of recording, it's nice someone in this show can get a win today.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, I don't feel you. I'm a City fan, and we usually win. So, but
2 weeks.
But anyway, how's it feel to get the win in singles? Not in fandom, not in geek. You come in, you say you're coming for fun, but you get this single win, and you are undefeated in Full Metal singles. How does that feel, man?
It does feel good. Like I said, outside of geek and fandom, I do watch a lot of movies, and I do watch a lot, and I get to watch them for fun, and that's why I like to come here just to see what has stuck, and movie trivia is where it all really started, and then you realize you're quite good at like geek and fandom, so you sort of really go for those. But with singles, it's just like, let's see what comes up. Let's see what comes up on the wheel, what comes up on the deep cut list. What can I watch that I haven't watched before? What's going to be new for me? And that's really why I do it. But with singles, I like to say, try and get at least half in round one, which I managed to do this time, which I was happy about. There was some good stuff on the wheel. I did a little bit of a dive into Tom Hanks, hence the Cloud Atlas answer, but a couple of them didn't look up the full cast. But yeah, it feels good.
All right. And then being undefeated, are you going to stick to the Sandy train and avoid David and Payson? Are you looking to fight them or just anybody in general? Who are you looking to face?
When it comes to singles, I just want to have some fun. Just put me up against some people that it's at least going to go to round 3. So maybe not David or Payson, because it's not going to go to round 3. But yeah, just against people that we can have some good matches, ask lots of questions, and just see what people know.
Hey, man, we were former singles teammates. Don't sell yourself short. You could get to round 3 against those guys. But, Joe, thank you. Great match today. Great win, and can't wait to see you on the next match.
Looking forward to it.
So, yeah,
that was
fun. Joe is kind of the anti-me because I'm kind of the opposite. I like, play singles, and then I, kind of dabble in, geek categories for other divisions. But he's the other way. His focus is on geek, but he's dabbling here, and clearly he's doing good. He has torn through every single person he's played in Full Metal singles. As you mentioned, he's undefeated. Not a single person has been able to conquer him.
Not the one.
Nobody. But Sandy kept it competitive right to the end. I mean, there's only one question left on the board at the end of this thing. And like I said, there's only 1 point difference after rounds 1 and 2. So Sandy obviously, is come back here. He's going to tear through it. We'll see what he does in the future. What are your thoughts overall on the match?
Yeah. Again, Sandy was behind for both at the end of round 1 and round 2, and then he was able to have the opportunity to take the lead when Joe missed that second pointer. So the 2-pointer. So it was going back and forth. It was a really great match. And Joe just happened to answer, get a movie that he knew and loved. That's kind of how it plays out sometimes. We know Sandy's going to be back. Joe's definitely going to be back. He loves having fun here. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed calling this with you, sir. And can't wait till I get to host another one.
Yeah, absolutely. We loved having you here, and you're welcome to come back and co-host anytime you want. I don't actually have that authority, but I think I speak on behalf of the people who do run this place. I just work here. I don't know. But for all of you, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching another episode of Full Metal Trivia, and we will see you next time.